On the news at 5, the coronavirus claims another life in Oregon as the number of cases continues to rise. Then, slowing the spread and flattening the curve will break down why it's so crucial that we come together by staying apart. But first, demanding action. Coastal communities join Portland Metro mayors in a call for a statewide stay-home order from the governor. Why a crowded coast forced some areas to declare a state of emergency. Your news at 5 starts now. Good evening, I'm Brittany Falkers. Thanks for joining us. Leaders of 3 metro area counties joined together today to ask the governor to issue a clear stay-at-home, stay-safe executive order. It's something that was discussed by mayors and elected officials on a conference call with the governor this afternoon. But one mayor said the call was vague and that he didn't leave with a clear sense of what was really changing. Lindsay Nadrich spoke to mayors on the Oregon coast who say more needs to be done to stop the spread of COVID-19.
With the beautiful weather this weekend, people flock to the Oregon coast. And while normally these coastal towns welcome visitors with open arms, right now they're asking people to stay home to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Locals still follow the rules. You know, they took it seriously. They're abiding by the governor's recommendations. And you get these folks from out of town coming in with no respect for those rules. Groups of 80 plus folks on the beach, just shoulder to shoulder.
Warrenton Mayor Henry Balanceford said they don't have enough supplies or medical resources to care for a surge of people. That's why Warrenton declared a state of emergency and issued a 24-hour notice for visitors to vacate campgrounds, state parks, vacation rentals, and hotels.
You know, these people were coming in, flooding our stores. You know, supplies were starting to get scarce to start with, and our supply chain's a little different than, say, in Portland, where all the warehouses are about 10 miles down the road.
Warrenton isn't alone. Seaside also declared a state of emergency, and Tillamook Mayor Suzanne Weber posted this video online telling visitors to pack their bags and go home immediately.
Our community is small, and our resources are few. Our hospitals have a fraction of the supplies and beds of those in the Portland metro area. The COVID-19 pandemic is not just an opportunity for a traveling vacation. It's a threat to our very lives.
In the metro area, Washington, Clackamas, and Multnomah counties joined the Metropolitan Mayors Consortium Sunday in their request for a statewide stay-at-home order from Oregon Governor Kate Brown. On Twitter, Governor Brown wrote, "On Friday night, I asked all Oregonians on the eve of spring break to stay home and stay healthy. Unfortunately, our trails and beaches were packed this weekend. I want to be absolutely clear. You are endangering all Oregonians when not following social distancing orders." Mayor Balanceford was one of many on a conference call with the governor this afternoon. He says asking people to stay home isn't enough. He wants an order temporarily closing beaches to discourage people from visiting. On Twitter, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler also asked for a statewide order from the governor, saying we cannot delay any longer. He also said if the governor won't act, quote, "I'm ready to act for Portland tomorrow." I'm Lindsay Nadrich, KGW News.
And just into the newsroom, Manzanita is also issuing a 24-hour notice for visitors to leave. And in Tillamook, the mayor says that starting tomorrow at noon, they're closing all county, state, and federal parks and parking lots. They're also closing all short-term lodging until April 28th. Governor Brown has issued an executive order temporarily halting residential evictions. With businesses closing, many people have lost their jobs, and that means their source of income to pay rent. The order is effective for 90 days. The move could hurt landlords and property owners, though, if their tenants can't pay. The governor says she's looking to find potential solutions and exploring different state and federal policy options to provide assistance. If you were summoned for jury duty this week, you likely won't have to report. Oregon state courts have postponed most jury trials and other hearings through at least March 27th. There are some exceptions, like proceedings involving people in jail who have a legal right to a speedy trial. For more on the closures, head to courts.oregon.gov. All of these measures being taken as we see more cases in Oregon and across the country. The Oregon Health Authority is reporting more than 160 positive cases. 2 of the newer cases are residents at Regency Park, a long-term care facility in Washington County. And we saw our 5th death today, a man who was a resident of the Oregon Veterans Home in Lebanon. In Washington, there have been nearly 2,000 positive cases and 95 deaths. Nationwide, there are now more than 33,000 cases and more than 400 deaths. With the number of cases of COVID-19 rising rapidly and 1 in 4 Americans sheltering at home, the nation's top infectious disease doctor is warning the worst is yet to come. In New York, the state with the most infected, Mayor Bill de Blasio is pleading for more life-saving equipment.
If the president doesn't act, people will die who could have lived otherwise.
The White House is promising hard-hit areas will get the supplies they need. President Trump announced today he has activated the National Guard in New York, California, and Washington in order to combat the spread of the virus. Meanwhile, lawmakers are working on a $1 trillion or more economic aid package for millions of Americans who have found themselves out of work due to the pandemic. Italy reported another sharp increase in coronavirus deaths today. More than 650 deaths were recorded there just today as the pandemic spreads across Europe and the rest of the world. NBC's Matt Bradley reports from Rome.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm here on the absolutely deserted streets of Rome, right in the heart of the Italian capital's tourist district. And it's been this way for more than a week, and that's because there's been actually new rules imposed on this lockdown. Last night, the Italian Prime Minister, Giuseppe Conte, came out and said that all non-essential industries and businesses nationwide would now be shuttered, at least for the time being. There would be further restrictions also in the northern Italian region of Lombardy, where 2/3 of the cases of coronavirus have been reported. Also in Spain, which is really rising very fast. Their numbers are accelerating. They saw nearly 400 deaths in one day. So this is really spilling over into other parts of Europe, as Europe has already become the epicenter of this massive crisis. Now, one last thing. Placido Domingo, the famous opera singer, reported that he was actually tested positive for this disease. But like so many people, he said that he hasn't been experiencing very harsh symptoms at all. So many people are walking around without that many symptoms, and that's one of the reasons why this disease is so pernicious and spreading so quickly. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Rome.
Coming up.